Is that a key difference here? Do voters not feel as negatively about Biden as they did about Hillary Clinton?
Well, it's a different election, and the coalitions are different. I would point out also that, Steve, that those are national numbers as well. When we look at the battleground states, we have much greater parity on the fave-unfave, to use a term that when we're looking through polling. But the coalitions also are somewhat different in 2020. President Trump is poised to receive the greatest amount of black support by a Republican in the modern era.
What number when you say greatest amount of black support for a Republican in the modern era? First of all, no Republican's been over 20% of that vote since 1960. The high water mark in that period is Gerald Ford in 1976 at 17%. What are you talking about as a number there?
Again, I think that President Trump will be in double digits with African-American voters. I think with African-American men in particular that the president will be north of 20%. I think he's going to have some really good support in the black community, and same thing with Latino voters. And so there's a real distrust, I think, with Joe Biden, and there's some serious issues. That's why you see the Biden campaign sending former President Obama to solid blue parts of states to try and turn out Democratic voters. It always used to be with former President Obama that you would send him to the swing parts of a state, whether it be the I-4 corridor in Florida, or maybe send him to Bucks County in Pennsylvania. Now, what the Biden campaign is trying to do is try to energize the base because there just isn't the enthusiasm. So, Steve, two other polling points real quick. As you look through, and you've talked about this on a number of shows yourself, the enthusiasm gap between President Trump and Joe Biden. For folks who are voting for President Trump, are usually about 3-1. They have an advantage. They actually support President Trump, where Joe Biden is usually pretty distant behind, and they're voting for Biden because they don't like President Trump. This makes a big difference as folks decide whether or not they want to stand in line for an hour or two on Election Day. The Trump supporters, it doesn't matter if it's snowing, if it's raining, what's going on, they're going to be there. There's a big question on that on the Biden end. So I think that's who's actually going to show up. This is where our historic ground game also comes into play.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Beat the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.